Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
No, good.
Good.
Getting all ready to be the Easter Bunny tomorrow.
Are you at work?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, well, we have a co-host tonight for a little bit.
You get your own little peep there in the floor.
Yes. Although I'm sure his diaper tastes better than a peep.
I thought that was a flavor of peep.
It should be. Peeps suck.
They aren't. I've had the hot tamale peeps.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have a peep, that's the one to have.
Gilbert's here because he knows we're going to talk about Gilbert Gottfried, and that's his namesake. So that was his impression of Gilbert.
Aw. Can you get him to say Affleck?
No, he can say dada, mama. I think he can say. He can just scream. He screams a lot.
Oh, does he say Izzy at all? The dogs' names or anything? Did he try to say their names?
He waves at them. He goes,
oh, hello.
You know that lazy George Bush limp-wristed wave. Remember George W. Bush? How you doing? I'm gonna go. Hey, we can hear you.
I remember that episode of King of the Hill. Whenever Hank met George Bush, George Bush Sr.
Oh, okay.
And he had that weak sauce handshake, and Hank was devastated.
Oh. Before my grandfather died in, I think, 2005, but I remember in the early 2000s after GW got elected, he goes, I don't trust him. He ways like this. I'm like, I don't trust him either, but that's because he's a deep state. I don't give a shit about any of it. I like all the big, exciting news today as we record is that Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter and blah, blah, blah. He ain't going to buy Twitter. He's fucking with the stock. The Saudis are fucking with the stock, and Vanguard is fucking with the stock. Now, there he goes. He loves dropping his bottle on the floor and making you pick it up. If for some miracle, by the time this episode is uploaded, hang on a second. If this episode is uploaded and Elon Musk owns Twitter, I'll print out a tweet and eat it. That's how confident I am that he won't own it. But anyway, who cares about any of that shit? It is Easter time, and Sunday is Easter. This is yet another Easter. I think this will be my 51st Easter, maybe my 52nd. I don't know. What do you think, Gil? It's going to be Gil's first Easter. First, we got him a bunch of chocolate, and no, we didn't get him any candy. You don't give a baby candy, really.
Oh, you can't give him. You give him like maybe like a ring pop.
I don't know. He likes queso.
Yeah.
You want? He loves queso.
Pick that baby up.
All
That's
kids
your
love
problem.
queso.
Throw it back.
So you got queso in that bottle?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's filled with queso. It's liquid. It's piping hot, but he just chugged it.
I feel that.
Yeah, I see a fondue birthday party coming up. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like this bottle of queso is just something that hasn't hit the market yet. Gilbert is a genius.
He is. Oh, can you imagine? I'm sure that this queso would taste better than this horrible. The way this stuff smells is unbelievably bad.
What is it? Formula?
Mm-hmm.
Infant Mill?
I don't know what it is.
Similac?
She gets the good stuff.
I don't know like all the brands, but those were the two when I was coming up. Both my sisters were on Infant Mill or Similac, depending on their allergies or what have you.
Simifil?
Something like that.
Blah, 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 blah.
Either way, we didn't get the boob. That's for sure. None of us did.
Yeah, I didn't either. And
my mother was very withholding.
There plenty. There would have been plenty of milk in there had the tap not been shut down. I see your mom naked when you're a little kid, and it's fucking terrifying.
It is terrifying. It's kind of like a Stephen King book, like you're in it.
Yeah, like The Shining. Like that part in the hotel room when the lady climbs out before her skin starts falling off.
I'm listening to that.
Are you the audio
on Audible? Yeah, I'm listening to Campbell Scott.
Campbell Scott does that one. Yeah.
He's great. It's a little bit it's a little bit when he says the N-word as Halloran, it makes me clench my teeth a little bit here and there, but it's the story. I understand. It's just, it's weird to hear.
Yeah, good drawing of the three and knock yourself out. Oh
yeah.
It's but the book though, I can't read because I fall asleep, and I also can't read. So I started doing this Audible thing like you guys do because I miss. And I've heard so many people say that the movie is so much different than the book, and I've seen the movie so many times, and it is so much different. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving listening to it. But today I was putting together Easter baskets, and it was right to the part when he's starting to crack up. And my boss opened the door, and I was like, it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, but you can't be Jack Nicholson movie. Wendy, give me the bat.
I get it. No, now I understand though why Stephen King had his issues with the movie. It is a lot different than the book.
It's a lot different, but I think that the movie is also really, really good. So, because it is Kubrick, and I think he did a good job with it. Oh, Jesus. He likes to do that, and then he'll go, "Where is it? Oh, you got to get it."
He just threw it in the floor.
Now, the good thing is if you finish The Shining, go right into Doctor Sleep, because that's Will Patton, and it's great. Patton,
absolutely really good in that.
Yeah. That's what I was going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I've got like 2 hours left of The Shining.
Shouldn't let him smoke.
Him has a cough.
Yeah, he started smoking about 2 weeks ago.
He's just breathing you in. That's why he's coughing.
You got to work him up to filters, Tim.
No, filters are what causes all the problems.
You start with you got to start with the vape. Get him vaping.
Vaping's terrible. Vaping is. I try vaping all the time, and then I vape for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then my throat hurts, and I have sinus issues. So maybe it's just corresponding with the awful. Georgia seems to be the worst state in the country for pollen. I don't know why. You can hear it in my nose.
It is. I think it is because we have a unique blend of the humidity of the deep, deep South, but then we have all of these freaking trees. Right.
What?
Trees.
Oh, sounds like mommy's home.
Get that queso, boy.
Oh boy, he's gonna get some queso.
He's gonna get some queso.
He's laughing. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Say hi to everybody. Hi. Wave to him.
Hi. Hello.
He's waving. Oh, of course, he saw his mommy. That's why he's waving. There you go.
It's the queso queen.
Uh-oh. Does he have some queso?
There better be some queso coming his way.
He's going to be the star of the first 10 minutes, honey.
Well, he's going to be a star anyway. You might as well go ahead and get used to it.
Well, yeah, he's a star to us. That's for sure.
Don't let the fact that my door's closed sway you in any way from entering my office.
Sir, we're at the Beverly Hills Police Department. Are you Mr. Sidney Bernstein?
Yes, lucky guess.
Sir, do you own a black Mercedes-Benz license plate number CRL507?
507? That's my wife's car. That's not my car. That's my
wife's 25 unpaid parking ticket.
Under my name, but it's my wife's car. No. Bitch! What am I supposed to do with the little creep? He's already been returned 30 times! What's so funny?
You are, you stupid dick!
Oh, he had a hat. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh. I listened to 2 old episodes of the Gilbert Gottfried Amazing Colossal podcast today. Early on episodes, I listened to the one with Butch Patrick, which is really, really good. And of course, now whenever I'm thinking about Butch Patrick, I'm thinking about I Think You Should Leave. Well, you got to treat the talent better. That's what I'm saying. And then the one with Susie Essman, where it was the first time they recorded it live. And it's really, really sad, because Gilbert Gottfried is one of those comedians that's been with us for a very long time. If you're Gen X, you probably first saw him on Up All Night, maybe. Because odds are you were an Up watching Canadian talk show Thick of the Night.
Up all night. Wouldn't like Rita Rudner and people like that would show up on there?
Yeah, all sorts of comedians would show up on there for sure. Where did we first see him though? I'm thinking up all night, right?
Yeah.
For me, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 1989. And maybe before that, Beverly Hills Cop 2, which came out in 87. We went and saw that in the theater. And he's like, what do I have in my hand? I have money in my hand. What if I were to give you this and this? Or I forget. Then he picked up the phone. He goes, bitch. And apparently Eddie Murphy let him ad-lib that whole thing, which I think is cool.
Oh, wow.
The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, which I think is an underrated movie. Puddles. It's a good film. Problem Child 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's great in that with the nuns. And Aladdin, of course, which is probably his signature role of all time. I guess he that's his biggest role. Of course, he played Iago. Is that the name?
Yep.
Sounds right.
The only time I've seen that film was when it first came out on VHS. I was at a Sears, and I think my girlfriend at the time was having her car repaired at Sears Automotive, and I was bored, so I just stood with some kid standing next to me and I watched all of Aladdin in Sears. You remember when you could go into a department store and just play video game or watch?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You just stand there and some little shithead kid would come up to you. And, fuck out of here! I'm playing.
The stupid Adam kid ruined it for everybody.
Oh well, this is after Adam. That movie scared me, but boy, that stuff was nutty back in there.
That's very sad. I mean, obviously it's very tragic, but yeah, I do remember the toy section at Sears was the shit. I loved going in there, and then it was gone, and then going to Sears sucked ass.
Oh yeah,
you were just looking at lawnmowers, or you were just looking at nightgowns. It was awful.
You could only go through the refrigerator so many times.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to KB, Dad. You have fun with your automotive and your weird shit at Sears.
Then you couldn't even do that. I couldn't even do that anymore because it was like, no, you're going to get your head cut off and they'll find your body in a ditch. Nope.
I was 12. Yeah, here, go to Chess King. Here's $50. Get the ugliest belt you've ever seen. Thanks.
That was still prime head chopping years when that happened.
Can I get a pair of pants with zippers in them all over the place that are made of plastic that you can't wash? Cool.
And your parents would find you in the crystal store in the middle of the mall reading the Satanic Verses book and grounded you for a week.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we were in college and that came out, me and Jeff. But or you could at Chess King get a T-shirt that looked like a clown ejaculated all over it. You know what I mean? Different colors.
You get your hyper colors.
Yeah.
When you sweat, it changes colors, but you wash it one time and it doesn't work anymore.
And it turns that weird purple blue, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
I was too poor, so I had the knockoff members only jacket. I still remember it. Maybe it was a real I don't know.
You were the only member. That was that one.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Or the fold up sunglasses that you kept in a little fake leather pouch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Slap bracelets.
Well, yeah, Jeff had those. Jeff had all the cool stuff. And if he quit liking it, he would give it to me.
I remember going to the sticker store. There's a whole freaking store that just sold stickers and getting stickers for my sticker book.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was so great.
Sticker books were cool.
Especially the ones that smelled.
Mm-hmm.
You always wanted the kind that you could scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
But I remember having, like, me and my little girlfriends, and we would have our sticker books and we would get them out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Even then, I think I thought to myself, what are we doing?
We're being creative without having to really think.
It was getting you ready for a lifetime of scrapbooking.
Which I've never done. I don't even put pictures in an album.
Don't? Why?
Because I'm not sentimental, Tim.
Oh, you just wait 6 months and Apple will do it for you out of the blue.
Oh,
yes.
That's true.
I'm overly that, probably. Drive everybody crazy. Remember that time when you gave me that napkin? So anyway, on the weekends, you'd stay up on Saturday nights. I think Rhonda Shear did Friday nights, but Saturday nights, if you weren't, too tired, you watched Up All Night, and they always show some crappy movies. I think before, when they're Captain USA, or Commander USA, he smoked a cigar and he wore that shitty outfit. But that's where you got like TNA movies without any of that, with all the, everything, blurred or edited, but it was still their titty films, and you got to see them. But so many things. I mean, and just from his movies and TV, and maybe catching him doing stand up on a late show, or if he just happened to be on a special or something, he was always a unique comedian and very, very funny, and such a great voice actor. He brought character to everything. He was Mr. Mxyzptlk. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Mxyzptlk on Superman, the animated series. Just did tons and tons of voice work. I mean, there's way too much to even mention, but really, and also he stole the show on Celebrity Apprentice that season he was on. I think that was season 14 with Geraldo, and running the bakery. Oh yes. Also Hollywood Squares, that's right, the Tom Bergeron Hollywood Squares, where he was on with Whoopi, and they were really funny. And you fool. There've been a lot of clips, like when Norm died. There've been a lot of clips going around. The one from the Howard Stern show where you hear his actual voice, which is interesting.
He sounds like Paul Stanley when he's not doing his Gilbert voice.
Hey Gary, it's Gilbert. I'll be there, I think, on Friday, and we can talk. You can find all these things out there. Probably all the Stern clips, unless they're on his official YouTube page, will be taken down. I have almost every single appearance, unless it's a phone call. I have all of them that I've curated over the years. I always found him to be one of the funniest guests on that show, especially in the days when Billy West was there, and then during the Artie period. I think the 3 or 4 years before Howard stopped having him on, I might have been.
Do you know why he got banned?
No. Do you?
No, I always wondered.
I don't think he got banned. I think that the line was from the Stern show was that they don't have comedians on anymore, yet they continue to have Amy Schumer on. So I guess that proves the point.
Yeah. No, I give you that.
Yeah, Howard. I mean, Gilbert was very, very offensive, and I think Howard didn't want to get caught up in any of that. I don't know why he didn't have him on. I can't speculate. I just know that when he stopped being on the show, I stopped listening.
Yeah.
Because of the turn. I wasn't interested in the hearing what Ellen had to talk about on Howard, when he spent 20 years going, I hate Ellen. And I love Ellen. I love it. And he changed, and it just wasn't interesting to me anymore. Although I am happy that he apologized to what's her face. You know who I'm talking about. Rosie Greer. I mean O'Donnell. 122 times he appeared on the Howard Stern show. Such interesting content. There's one that's my favorite that I actually recorded on the radio in 1994, maybe even it was 92 or 93 actually, when God, what was it? Oh, Michael Jackson. He was reading it. They took pictures, and Gilbert just goes, they took pictures of my fur-wearing slut. Everything in the news, he just kept going back to, they took pictures of my genitals. So funny. If you can find it and you're not offended by anything, listen to it, because it's great stuff. And of course, you have how many episodes of the Amazing Colossal podcast, right? How many are there? There's what, 600 maybe? 400?
And there's a bunch.
And there's tons and tons of them. It was weird. Monday, I was like, why are they doing an encore? Is it because it's Easter week? And then, of course,
the last couple of weeks, they've been putting encore episodes out.
Right.
So it must be because Gilbert was not feeling well.
And he'd been talking or taking over the show more and more over the last probably month, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or taking the lead. Yeah. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean,
what was his ailment?
Yeah, what was it?
It was some kind of rare form of muscular dystrophy.
Type 2 myotonic dystrophy. Slowly progressive condition is often overlooked and undiagnosed. Symptoms of the disease, such as breathing or heart muscle weakness, tend to develop as people age. So people don't get diagnosed until their 40s or 50s and or 60s. So it includes slurred speech, jaw locking, prolonged muscle contractions that make it difficult to do things. So yeah, it's terrible. But he didn't tell anyone. He just, lived his life.
Yeah.
And it's sad. His young children, they're teenagers. But I guess the last new episode, unless they have stuff in the can, the last new episode would be the one with Karina Longworth from last week. You guys like her? Do you know who she is, right?
She does the old Hollywood podcast.
I'm Karina Longworth. Join me, won't you?
That Frank Farrat episode was real good too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
one of the last ones.
But yeah, Frank had been taken over quite a bit, Santo Padre. If you go back and listen to the early ones, it's all Gilbert. Okay, now tell us tell us this. And the one with Butch Patrick was great. So you knew an awful lot of homosexuals. Okay, tell me about Lidsville. Lidsville, of course, where he was being chased around. Butch Patrick was on Lidsville and was being chased around and kissed by I keep wanting to say Jan Michael Vincent, but no, it's Charles Nelson.
Nelson Riley.
It'd be hard to turn down Jan Michael Vincent.
Well, Charles Nelson Riley did wear a handkerchief around the neck like nobody's business.
He sure did. He rocked it on that.
Very tantalizing to both sexes.
I don't think any game show in the history of game shows could possibly top the mid to late 70s version or the early to mid 70s version of Match Game, where everybody's drunk.
Yeah, the Match Game PM.
Yeah, they're all smoking.
Yeah,
and, dirty jokes and yeah. So, well, anyway, you guys want to talk about any of your thoughts about Gilbert? I've just kind of been blathering on about him. We forgot to mention Shoudini.
Yeah, that Shoudini commercial is hilarious. It's a shoe on a stick.
I can't play someone. I see in the notes you have a cameo.
It was just it popped up on the Reddit feed about Gilbert, and it was just kind of touching. Like he was talking about Norm and Saget, and how he would always stiff them when they would go out to dinner. He would like leave when the check came.
Why can't we play the one I got for you?
You can play that one. I was just saying that one was kind of touching and talking about them, like remembering them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get weepy or anything. The one I got for you, we probably shouldn't play. Because you are a big fan of Grease 2, which that doesn't mean you're gay. I didn't tell him to say that. He said it on his own. And then what was the name of the guy in Grease 2, the star? Maxwell Caulfield.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Maxwell Caulfield. And then he went on to, that was he was never heard from again. Jeff Leiboff. Oh my God. So it's just,
do you have his book? I never bought it. I need to buy it now.
What book?
Rubber Balls and Liquor.
Yes, I do.
It's all just jokes, right?
Yes.
Like old Borscht Belt jokes.
Yeah, it's all dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Borscht Belt. It's in here somewhere. I'd make a mess of it. Out.
He was always selling it. Like when I saw him at the Punchline, he was selling the book afterwards. I never bought one, but I wish I had.
Yeah, he was always pushing it. He had a commercial, remember?
Yeah.
Rubber balls and liquor. I took a picture of it with Gil in the car one time and tweeted it to them. But anyway, rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried. There's, we're not really a super tribute-y type of show, but this is a big one. I'm a huge fan of his for years and years and years. And when I found out about it, Jeff texted it to me, said, "Is this true?" Because I guess the first person to talk about it was Jason Alexander. How did anybody figure out how he knew and how he was able?
I know, no idea. But he said, he posted a little tribute and said that Gilbert always made him laugh, and he said, "Rest in peace."
Mm-hmm.
And like the entire 50, 60 replies were like, where are you getting this information? Cite your sources. What the fuck? This can't be true.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, the official Twitter tweeted that picture that we've all seen by now, saying that he had passed.
Well, I hope in some way that show can continue. I don't know how they do it. Maybe with guest hosts. I don't know. Frank is really good. Santo
Padre. I wonder if he could find somebody else to hook up with and just do the Frank Santo Padre podcast.
Yeah, it would be cool. But I'm gonna start diving back into his acting career and watching some of those movies again that I haven't seen.
Dad, you rear-ended the Queen of England.
She rear-ended me.
What happened? Rear-ended?
No, I fell.
Oh. Okay.
I got rear-ended or side and smashed into while I was sitting in the Kroger parking lot on the phone, sitting in there, talking on the phone, engine on, so the air conditioner. I was doing a teledoc thing, and talking to the doctor. All of a sudden, boom! I'm holy shit! I yelled, and it was the loudest thing I've heard in a long time. It was like, bam! This car just slammed into me and moved me about 10 feet. My car just went. Damn. And I got hit in the side by the center console, because when you get hit, I went, oh, and then bounced off the door. And so I was just dazed, and I got out of the car. I was doubled over, and I look into the car, and the people are staring at me. It's not like I slid my way in front of them so they couldn't move. And there was this a witness who I tried to give her I said, text me, I'll give you my phone number, text me. She just sped away, of course. Car reeked of weed. No wonder she didn't want to stick around. And so, it was just very jolting. And I called the police, and they were going to send an ambulance. But there was a fire truck in the parking lot when the EMTs had gone inside to get some dinner. And so they heard the call, and the guy came out and checked my vitals, which were okay. And so I canceled the ambulance.
And then he rear-ended you.
Yes. But I was on hold with 911 for 10 minutes.
Hello, 911. I need helicopter rescue and some cold milk.
Copy that, sir. We'll be there in 20 minutes.
What?
Like, they don't hang up or you'll lose your place in line. Don't hang up or you'll lose your place in line. What if I had been shot? Or what if I were somebody who had, been seriously injured or, you know what I mean? Think about that. That's how long of a hold it was. So something's wrong. Something's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, something's definitely going on.
They get people to answer the phones.
Yeah, it must be. I mean, because
they don't want to pay them shit.
And there's no cops. So there's nobody to send, nobody to route them to.
There's cops in DeKalb County.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of cops in Gwinnett. They don't have people, they don't pay these people shit. I just saw Gwinnett County, they put up job postings. They want to pay you $16 an hour to start out as a 911 operator.
That won't cover your mental health.
Yeah, they pay more for school bus drivers. That's not
really
right.
Yeah, they pay $22 an hour for bus drivers.
Wendy's.
Yeah, you can make more at Wendy's if you.
Yeah,
that's
pay
ridiculous.
people some money, and then they'll do this psycho horrible job.
I'm sorry, I made it so impossible for people to make money answering 911 calls. It's my problem.
So it was a kid, right? A 17-year-old kid, and he was alone in the car.
No, it was a 17-year-old girl. I know that because the girl's mother got out of the car, and I'm not going to do the accent. But she
please don't.
Started complaining, well, I'm a single mother, and she's a new driver. I don't care. She fucking accelerated instead of using your brake. You're a shitty.
Was she trying to make a getaway out of the parking space?
No, I don't think so.
She just fucked up.
Yeah,
hit the gas instead of the brakes.
Yes, and the mother was trying to tell me, well, she thought the windshield wiper was the turn signal. I don't shit about it.
Yeah, at that point, it's just insurance information and just that's all I want. So,
well, we didn't. The cop came, and the police officer got all the information and gave me that slip where you go to the website in 7 weeks, and then your report will be there, and you can file.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and then I'm sore as fuck still. Not as bad as it was yesterday. But I went and got treated by a chiropractor and got the ice and the tens. You know that.
Oh yeah. They stretch you out. They put you on the rack, stretch you out.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
You always like the tens when you get rear-ended.
Yeah, that's right. Put it right in the taint. Crank it up to 11, fuckface.
I know. Whenever that kid T-boned me, and when I was making a left, and I had a green arrow, and he just Yukon 60 miles an hour, just bam, smashed in the side of me, and I mean, it was like, I think I told you, it was like Saving Private Ryan. I just got out of the car. I could just hear in my head. Yeah. I didn't know where I was.
Looking around for your arm.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. The ambulance came, and they were like, no, you should go. And I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not getting in on damn ambulance. Mm-hmm. And so then Neil took me home, and then I just thought I'd go to the doctor the next day. I didn't realize, oh, you're already in your 40s, bitch. This isn't like when you're in your 20s and you get in a car accident. And I was mangled. Like 2 days in, and I was just like, I couldn't even reach up to turn the lights on. I'm like, oh God.
Oh, what was it? Just muscle tension?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was just the impact of it all. And it threw me off. And then I tried to go to the doctor, and the doctor was like, no, we can't treat you because that's a car accident. You got to go to one of these flippity flaps, one of these chiropractors or whatever, because your insurance isn't going to pay us. Now this is going to have to go through your car insurance. So you have to go to a damn chiropractor or whatever. And so they sent me to one of these ambulance chasers, and I go in there, and it was horribly, horribly racist, the whole experience. I was like one of 2 white people in there. Mm-hmm. And the chiropractor was a white guy, and he took me in the back, and he said, you'll just have to come here a few times. Like, he was telling me everything I had to say to get money. The whole time. It was all about a lawsuit. And I was like, dude, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm trying to get myself straightened out. He goes, if you're worried that I'm going to make you sit out there with them, I won't do that.
What?
You're right. I swear to God. It's
incredibly racist.
Super racist.
Wow.
And I said, no, I'm not worried about sitting out there with them.
You mean people?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm telling you.
I'm more worried about my health. That's what
it was very, and I never went back. I was like, this place fucking blows. And then people at work said, oh, we know a real guy. Oh, he's a fucking badass. Dr. Tran in Lawrenceville. If you need a chiropractor, Dr. Tran. He used to be the chiropractor for the San Francisco 49ers.
I have heard that guy's name before.
He's a badass. Yeah. So I go in there, and he whips me up and cracks me. He's a big dude too. And
Tim goes to Dr. Tran's.
Yeah, you're all over. I'll crack your man.
He's such a nice guy, and he has a little tiny like Pomeranian that sits on the counter, and it lays up there on a dog bed. And he's a super cool dude. But yeah, he's got a Super Bowl ring and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an interesting looking cat. Dr. Todd Tran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet flat top, bro.
Yeah, he's great. I highly recommend him. So anybody, if you're around there, you need a good chiropractor. He's all about fixing you, and so you don't have to come back. He doesn't want repeats. He tries to get you straightened out, and then maybe once every couple of years, you'll be like, oh shit. You go into him twice, you're back good again.
Nice. Yeah, the guy I saw yesterday, was the first time seeing that guy. And he goes, I was looking at your x-rays, and I'm going to do this. He goes, I do a pressure point, a trigger point. And he put his right into my right hip, and it's like, and I was fine. After that.
Wow.
It's just my back that hurts pretty much. And then the ribs where I slammed into the console. But enough about my weepiness.
I just don't understand. Was she backing out? She just floored it.
She backed out. Floored it because I didn't go anywhere near the front. I was in the back of the lot. Bam. I bet
that was very surprising.
Yeah, it was very startling. But at least I didn't see it coming, so I wasn't all tensed up.
But thank God you didn't have your wife and Gilbert in the car at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. Thank God you weren't masturbating.
Well, I was. That's why I wasn't.
That's the kind of thing.
He was on the phone.
It was the teledoc appointment.
That's the kind of thing that'll make you just not finish.
Yeah, you're sitting in your car jacking off. Yeah.
I'm sure that's a fetish for somebody.
I'm sure it is.
Right when I want to get hit.
Crash. Yeah. Movie Crash.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
James Spader slammed into you.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep. And again and again and again. Caitlyn Jenner was driving the other car. Oh, damn. Sorry.
She wanted to make you number 2.
Oh,
quit crying. You walked away.
All right, Atlanta Pizza and Gyro. We love Atlanta Pizza and Gyro. They are the longest and longtime sponsor of Radio Labyrinth. Thank you to Mike Hall and to everyone at the restaurant. See their brand new full color menus with pictures of their food, which they now have at the restaurant, because before everything was on black and white and on a piece of paper. And that was your napkin, because before the new menus, they didn't give you a napkin. You know, Mike would come out and go, use the menu, asshole. And then he'd throw the pizza on the floor. There's your fucking pizza. But they've changed. They've really come a long way since.
Those new menus look really nice.
They do. Yeah.
I like the picture of Mike.
Yeah.
In the menu.
Where he's holding up that super hot pizza and it looks like it's going to drip off and burn his arm.
Chef Boyar Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the old ones which were stained with grease and had fingerprints from the last person who ate there on it, you know. And that was also your napkin, so there were lip smears and stuff. But again, they've come a long way, and I appreciate that Mike has addressed those issues. And as we talked
Dustin's
about,
son will lick all the menus though if you want.
Right. And
Great.
Dustin brought up a good point last week that they put, they
boarded up.
No, they put boards and screens over the door. So you have to go to Firehouse for that.
Glory hole's gone. All right, got it.
No more glory holes. You go to the Starbucks up the street.
It was good while it lasted.
Or go to wholehunter.org. I don't know.
Jim's got that app on his phone.
Or wholehunter.org. Anybody looking?
That's why he was in that Kroger parking lot.
That Kroger's on one of those lists. I'm sure of it. I am absolutely sure of it. Either that or the Best Wings restaurant. But
no,
then
I think in the Kroger though, isn't the whole like where the apple, like where the apples and oranges are?
Yes.
Underneath the
in
stand.
The produce section. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, lean in. Give me an apple while you're up there.
That's what the Red Box troll does now, since there aren't as many red boxes.
Times are tough. Okay, back to Atlanta Pizza and Gyro. They're gearing up for a busy spring, and of course, like we've been saying, Team Trivia is back, which is now on Tuesday nights. Bring your friends and enjoy good food and great local craft beer. They have a very large selection.
What kind of beer do they have?
Reasonable prices. Well, since you asked, I'll tell you. They have just added Line Creek Brewing's First Crush IPA on tap, and they also have 3 Taverns Rapturous Raspberry Sour Ale, and that comes in cans. And so does Tucker Brewing's Georgia Red Lager. And those are the latest beers in their craft beer lineup, just to name a few. You'll have to go out there and see for yourself. They also love serving their local community of Conyers, Covington, and the East Metro Atlanta area. And they thank you for all your continued support and business throughout the year. So even if you don't live there, you can, make an order and go pick it up. Check them out on Facebook. They're open for dine-in and takeout Monday through Friday from 11 to 9 p.m., Saturday from noon to 9 p.m., and then they are closed on Sundays. Just go to Google or Facebook and find them, and maybe even you'll run into Dustin there picking up his kid.
What I love about Atlanta Pizza and Gyro, and I just want to say this, is that it's not all franchisey feeling in there. You get that feeling of going to like a pizza joint, like a place that when you were growing up, it's got that feel to it.
Yeah.
They don't have those corporate glory holes.
These are homespun holes.
Mike said the people from Doom Patrol, not the cast, but like some of the production people were in there eating.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Did your son point him to the glory hole?
He's been doing a lot of good business with the catering lately, with a lot of the production companies up there that are.
The food truck is awesome. I want the food truck to come to my house.
Yeah, man.
For the latest news on the radio.
News. RTV, and now for the latest news.
Let's see. There's some good news. in Hollywood land and TV land and all that world. Kids in the Hall, they have a return date announced, and there's 2 trailers. There's a red band trailer, and there's also just a generic trailer. Oh no, I just read a sub headline that makes me sad. Kids in the Hall reboot gets premiere date. Pete Davidson among guest stars.
Pete's funny. Just deal with it.
The trailer showed a bunch of cameos from which were kind of cool, because that was never anything. I mean, even in the movies and stuff, it was pretty primarily them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they drew the character Don, who is based on Lorne Michaels in the trailer, so that's good, from Brain Candy. And but it is nice that they're all back together. Dave Foley was, I mean, if you read their biography, they had a falling out, of course, and imagine that they've rebuilt all of that over the last 10 years or so. I can't remember, was Dave Foley in that show with the devil?
Yeah, I think so.
Was he? I don't remember. I need to watch that again. I only watched it once. But they're funny. I love Kids in the Hall. I'm glad it's back. So it returns to Prime on May 13th. So are they going to just dump it all on there at once, or will there be episodes? Like
if it's Amazon, they usually are dumping them all at once lately, but sometimes they divvy stuff out, like Fabulous Mr. Maisel.
Mm-hmm.
They divvied that out to where they would do 2 episodes a week. So
they dumped the Outlaws, and I have 2 more episodes to watch.
Yeah, and I'm still working my way through that too. Reacher they put out all at once.
Yeah.
So it's hit or miss.
They'll all be put up. But you got Pete Davidson, Mark Hamill, Catherine O'Hara, Keenan Thompson, Will Forte, Paul Bellini, Catherine Reitman, Samantha Bee, Fred Armisen, whole bunch of different people. Eddie Izzard, Colin Mokry. It'll be funny. And I can't wait. So yay, there's good news.
Yeah. We should do a watch party of Brain Candy in honor.
Love that. See, we have all these good ideas. We just need to find a place to do them.
It's made with monkey cum, you know.
And when I created Stummies,
it's a pill that gives worms to ex-girlfriends. You just don't get it. This is Herticure. Oh, it's the best moment ever. I love this guy. He's so great. More good news. Curb Your Enthusiasm returning for a 12th season. So we'll see.
Unless he pulls it at the last minute.
He probably won't. Walt and Jesse are going to be on Better Call Saul.
Oh, that's exciting.
What capacity, but it'll be cool because obviously they have to shoot new stuff, make them look younger.
Yeah, but that makes sense. I mean, I'm glad that they're bringing them back so that you can march into that timeline.
Comes back when? Monday?
Yeah, next week.
And I can't wait for that. Apparently, Sam Elliott apologized to Power of the Dog people, right? Or for making those comments.
Yeah.
He apologized for being old.
He tried to walk back his.
Well, I'm sorry about making fun of all the gay cowboys out there that ride around shirtless and chaps, drinking gay beer like Keystone Light instead of drinking Coors, which is the main beer.
Sam, do you think that there were not any gay guys back then at all?
I don't think homosexuality was invented until after World War II. There were never any instances of gay people prior to that. Go back in ancient Greece, and they were just loving women all the time. They weren't having orgies with each other, and the Romans weren't having sex with men. Didn't exist until, the 40s.
Why after World War II? Why did that set it off?
World War II, they put something in the water that started turning people gay.
Yeah, Hitler had that gay bomb.
Hitler had a gay bomb, and he detonated it over Europe. And while our boys were there, they brought that back.
And all those foxholes.
Yeah, and glory holes.
It was the first gay actor you ever worked with that you can remember.
I don't know. Let me think about it. I think probably Eric Stoltz. And it was difficult because not only was he playing Rocky Dennis, but he was also gay. I mean, if you're at a glory hole, you're not seeing what's behind it, I guess you're fine. But you pull the door open and you see that there. Oh.
Because
allegedly
from Grimace.
So people with Lionitis, they're not normally gay?
Well, I don't know. I mean, just in that case. And of course, I'm not really. I guess the first actor I ever worked with who was gay is, I just don't know.
What was it like? What was it like filming Roadhouse?
Really gay. You know, there aren't a lot of bouncers out there that are gay, or bar people go to bars. You know, they're not gay. You know, having a mustache ain't gay.
Did Patrick Swayze seem gay?
Not as much in Roadhouse as maybe in Dirty Dancing.
He's like the wind.
That's a good one. Try to describe Dirty Dancing without trying to appeal to people who like dancing. What's Dirty Dancing about?
It's about a young girl.
A girl.
Yeah.
Coming of age.
Okay.
And trying to be her own person.
Right.
And not do everything her rich family wants her to do.
Okay.
And then she
getting money to pay for abortions.
She wants to be cool.
Right.
And then she meets this older guy who gets her all hot in her pants.
Uh-huh.
And so she does a dance with him so that his other friend can get an abortion.
Right.
And then they bang.
Were anybody in that movie gay?
I think maybe Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Gay?
Could be.
She was gonna change her name. She just changed her face.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me to find out that there were gay people in Hollywood. I mean, I just thought, I'm going to just do westerns. Occasionally play some sort of bully. I don't know. I was in a movie with Jeff Bridges where I played as chief of staff. You remember that movie where Joan Allen was going to be the first female vice president?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't remember that movie. Probably.
What is your issue with people being gay? Like, why
I
does
don't
it
have
bother
an
you?
issue with it at all. And that's why I apologize, because in real life, I don't care. I just don't see cowboys as, all getting all greased up out there, putting on, putting, tanning butter on or cocoa butter so they get real tanned.
But how do you explain chaps? Because if you wear them, your butt and your ding dong are just hanging out. Well, doesn't it seem like that would be?
If you're at a disco in 1978, but back then they had jeans or canvas pants under them. They just run around with their dick hanging out on a hole.
Being the bouncer at the Blue Oyster Bar, that must have been.
Yeah, well, I wasn't a bouncer there. I just cleaned the bathroom.
They have a glory hole there?
No, I didn't need one.
Have you ever come across a glory hole?
You mean in one or across?
Either.
No. I just go home and have sex with women. Pornography with passable transgenders. I can name a couple: Daisy Stone, Bailey J. There's a lot of good ones.
Hopefully you won't get canceled.
Well, it's probably too late for that, don't you think? I've been in a lot of movies. I don't have to worry about it. I'll just sit at home and drink Coors until I fall off my chair. My favorite thing to do is to jack off into a cowboy hat. And, I really feel bad about what I said about the power of the dog. In fact, I rewatched it and I'll probably go see Doctor Strange, even though I'm not convinced that there are magical wizards flying around who possibly be homosexual.
Bruce Campbell might be gay in that movie. You don't know.
I don't care anymore. I don't know. I was just mad. I was just a rough day, and I just went for low hanging fruit.
I could see that.
Like my balls.
Well, you said there were no gay cowboys back then. Do you think there were gay Indians, gay Native Americans?
Native Americans were very well documented that they had third gender. And I'm not kidding. If you ever see a little big man, they have they called him the Hamani, for which there ain't no English word. Well, at least there wasn't in 1970. I think there is now.
Hamani, okay.
I'm serious. It's the Hamani. You got to watch it. He says, "I'm a little big man. Why don't you come and lay in my tent, and I'll be your wife." And then Dustin Hoffman goes, "Thank you, Younger Bear." That was his name, Younger Bear. He was neither a warrior nor a squaw. This isn't going anywhere, is it? Yes. I could do that the whole show. Just talk like that. Sounds like him enough to where it doesn't annoy people.
You gotta shave your beard off so you just have the mustache.
I ain't gonna do that. It's where all the cum gets stuck. All right, cut that. Obviously, we are any way, shape, or form anti anything like that.
You just talked about getting rear-ended for 10 minutes.
And getting in a car wreck too.
Yes. No, I think the reason he apologized is he realized how stupid it sounded when he said all that shit. Don't you think?
I think he realized that half of his friends are gay and didn't realize it's what it was.
Yeah, it's just, I guess however old you are, you have to realize that there have been there have been people like that since the beginning of time. And you know what? There were cowboys who were gay. So deal with it.
Very
Harvey
true.
Firestein is gay?
Oh, I better call my mother.
Have you guys watched the new that Jared Carmichael stand-up on HBO?
I haven't.
He comes out.
Yeah, I heard about it. And he was good on Saturday Night Live. I want to watch that special.
Yeah, I want to watch it too. But I saw a clip when he was on Seth Meyers the other night, and he had just gotten out of the car where he was talking to his mom on the phone. And this has really caused a big rift in their family because his parents are very religious and they're like all worried about his soul and everything. And he said they had a really good conversation. And then right at the end, his mom says, "Oh, I'm going to pray for all these sins in our family." And he said, "So that's what I'm thinking about right now. How are you guys tonight?"
We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, but we're going to have Matt Metzger and Josh Warren from the campaign on next week because we're coordinating it. I think we were going to record on Wednesday night, and Josh had tickets to the Hawks play-in game, which they won. So
yeah, they won.
Hawks. So now they have to play Cleveland, and by the time you hear this, they'll either have won or lost. And I want to thank BK on the air for coming on our show. Barry King was on our show, and it was a fun interview. He's a real cool guy. We're going to have him back because he's so knowledgeable and he knows a lot. Plus, we can talk about Star Trek, and what's better than talking about Star Trek? So thank you to him.
Views. Or.
Snooze.
Last week's Views or Snooze were Tokyo Vice, Hard Sell, and the Kids' Choice Awards. Anybody watch any of those?
Yes, I watched the first 2 episodes of Tokyo Vice.
Me too. I actually finished the 3rd one, so now I'm mad because there aren't any more.
I like it.
I do too.
It's different.
It's really good. It's different. It's entertaining. I like what the characters are cool.
Yeah, I like that whole 90s Japan Yakuza. Anything, if you say Yakuza, I'm gonna give it a chance anytime. Yeah. I've got kind of a fascination with their whole deal.
And the actress who was on Legion, she's in it. She's really good.
Yeah, she is. She's lost a lot of weight. She's like bony. I didn't know that was her at first.
Super bony.
Yeah, it's like too bony.
Yes. And another show that Steph mentioned, I really like. Julia is. I'm waiting for the next episode of that. I'm caught up on a lot of stuff. That means I got time to watch other things, doesn't it?
Julia's great.
Yes.
And now you got to watch the Great Pottery Throwdown.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. I tried your swap shop, and
you couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Well, I'm just going to sit here on this chair. We done got here before you.
You see why I moved.
Yeah. We're going to find in there. I love the husband and wife. Well, we ain't moved in 2 months, but we'll go take our chairs and sit out front. You can buy it from us. That lamp, we bought that. We bought the whole house full of shit.
You know what they need on there? A dildo salesman.
Yes. I'm just a dildo salesman. You need to go to houses that don't look like they just, they're hoarders. That's what it looks like to me. But it's cool. I mean, I might watch it again. It's one of those shows you can watch while you're on your phone.
Yeah.
And the week before, The Outlaws was the standout from Views or Snooze. Everybody's into that.
Yeah. That for sure. I haven't watched all of it yet. I'm like savoring it,
Yeah, I don't want to watch them all at once because it's so good. And Walken's fucking fantastic on there.
Well, what do we have this week?
All right, this week's Better Call Saul's coming back. Everybody's going to abuse that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Flight Attendant season 2. Did anybody finish season 1 but me?
I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it at all.
I'm gonna say snooze on that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's just Snooze. I like Kaylee Cuoco though, so she's got the John Ritter seal of approval from me. So
all right, you're supporting John.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. And then They Call Me Magic documentary on 4/22 comes out on Apple TV. It's like the last dance for Magic Johnson instead of Michael Jordan.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I'll watch that. That Last Dance with Michael Jordan, I loved.
Yeah, so this is the Magic Johnson gets the Last Dance treatment in this Apple documentary.
I don't know if I want to watch that though until Winning Time's done.
Do you finish Winning Time? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Even though Winning Time is all fiction,
I don't care.
I don't care either. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging Winning Time. I think that they're putting it out now because of the Winning Time hype that's going on.
It's got his name back out there in the forefront.
Yeah. The guy playing him is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the guy playing Kareem, they were both. Is everybody caught up and watched the Mike Epps as Richard Pryor?
Mike Epps as Richard Pryor?
Yeah, and the way he does the mouth. I mean, but he nails it. I mean, I've never seen a good impression of him. Other, Eddie Murphy was spot on. But he nails it.
That's nice to see Mike Epps doing something besides crying about how Kevin Hart's so rich.
Yeah.
Why does he do that a lot?
Oh yeah, he's such a hater.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's too bad. Apparently, I'm looking at Google right now. He was friends with Richard, so that's cool. Huh?
Richard Pryor once took Mike Epps.
Marlon Brando. Did he fuck Richard Pryor in the ass? Richard Pryor in the ass. Oh man! So, anything else, guys? Before
I just want to ask: have you guys been watching Snowfall at all this season?
Yeah,
not you guys might have.
It's been really good.
The LSD episode was crazy.
I died when Gustavo started rolling down the lawn when he was tripping balls. Oh god, it was so funny.
Season? Is it the final season?
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask because it ended like.
Don't tell me. I haven't watched today's episode.
But it ended like that could be the series finale.
No, they got renewed for one more season.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be 6 will be their final season. They're gonna tie it all up. But or I also want to know if you guys have been watching Atlanta.
I was gonna ask you that. Did you see this reparations episode? What the fuck was that? What he wished would happen, or is that like a cautionary tale of what could happen?
I think it was just like he's giving you all kinds of takes on everything.
Yeah, and what's with these episodes with none of the cast in it?
That first episode, I listened to the podcast about that shit, where those 2 white chicks had adopted all them black kids, and then they ran off the side of the road and killed them all.
Yeah.
That was like a whole podcast about that a few years ago. But he did like Tarantino revisionist history in that first episode and made it so that kid, instead of dying, he actually lived.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool that he did that with the thing. But when just them being over in Europe, oh my God, Paperboy.
When he was like trying to get this money from the guy.
When he was trying to cut that tree down at the party. Anyway, so if you guys haven't been watching Atlanta, it's so weird and out there, and I still really like it.
That's good. It's views for me, Atlanta.
Ain't for me. I'm sick of that shit. No, I know that it's a good show. I just haven't had time.
Well, get back into Snowfall, Tim.
I am. Snowfall's my next. I got to get back into it.
Moon Knight.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Moon Knight. Third episode. It's good.
Crazy.
Oh, Moon Knight still haven't watched. So
I haven't seen the third episode. I like the second episode a lot.
Yeah, it's it's really cool. Everything kind of comes together in the third episode as far as how they're going to run this character. Yeah, it's pretty cool too. And he definitely, people are saying he should win an Emmy already, and I believe it, because his acting, being able to switch between personalities, like in the same shot, which is kind of cool. Instead of, usually they'll do some kind of cut to go in between personalities.
Yeah, it's like in Severance when they go down the elevator, you can there's like a change in him.
Yeah, you can see it in his face. It just changes, and besides the accents, but still, yeah, it's really cool. And it's neat how they're pulling in all the. You can see how the Eternals could be in this. You can see how like Wakanda in that whole era. So it's kind of slowly tying itself, as weird as it is, into the MCU, but it's cool because it's really so different than anything else they've done.
Now, before we go, Jeff, what's that Western that's coming out on Prime?
Oh, the
series
with the hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
I forget what it's called.
But it's supernatural and shit.
Yeah.
And who's in
Josh
it?
Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yeah. That looks really good. And doesn't that come out next week?
Yeah. It does come out. A lot of people are saying it's their answer to Yellowstone.
Huh.
But with like
paranormal
aliens and shit.
Aliens? Okay.
It's weird.
Outer Range.
Outer Range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, aliens and cowboys. They didn't get together too much. You know, there was a shitty movie called Cowboys and Alien.
April 15th.
We're bisexual.
They're bisexual.
Oh, and Killing It on Peacock is really good too. Craig Robinson's a new show.
Oh, okay.
That's very funny. They had the first episode out for like a week or so you could watch it. All the episodes are out now, I think, on Peacock. It's very funny.
Are there gay people in it?
Yeah.
The pee. Just the cock.
Just the cock.
Well, listen, you guys, thanks for listening. And I want to say again, rest in peace to Gilbert Gottfried. And thank you for 4 decades of entertainment or more, certainly for most of us and for all of us who loved your podcast. And condolences to the family, to Dara and the children, and to all of his friends who loved him so much. And you can tell based on the outpouring on Twitter how much he was loved. So adios, Houdini. Oh, and keep it canon.
Keep it canon.
Keep it canon.
Happy Easter.
Keep it canon. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Bindi, you want to swim around my stingray? Oh!